Okay, we're here in Leimert Park with
Mr. CR.
And I'm going to just start you off with the real question. So as a member of the group, the demographic, black males, that people around the country are supposedly, and I'm not saying they're not or are, doing whatever it is they're doing, do you feel safer today, and do you feel that people should take it in their hands to do what they think is supposed to be helpful to you?
Yeah, see, as a person that's actually been have hands put on them by the police, my damn self, I don't really feel too much of a difference. Now, right now, what's going on, is bringing a light to a particular situation because this nigga is on camera with a knee put on his neck. You know what I mean? So it just brought attention to it, because being the fact that somebody filmed it. But you know what I mean? But I mean, as far as what's going on right now, people are just expressing how they feel through what they doing. I might not condone certain shit that they do. I might have handled it a little bit a different way, but I don't want to talk about that on camera. But people just they acting out, they upset. I mean, that's the best way they can deal with it, you know. I mean,
So I went in downtown and looking at the people that were there. I didn't see a lot of young black males, and probably a large part because you know better than anyone that a bunch of you out in the street might engender a very violent reaction from the police.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Would you feel comfortable with a bunch of you and your friends being outside protesting?
Now, but see, me, I'm a different type. I don't really believe in that protest shit. I mean, if we was gonna be on some other type of people, I mean, police, they get their haircut places. They get they go places to have drinks and shit like that. So, I mean, if I was gonna be on some shit, I ain't gonna be protesting nothing. I'll catch them where they gonna having a drink at. I'm gonna catch them where he, getting his haircut at, something like that. I mean, if I was gonna go that route, that's the type of route I would take. Throwing rocks and bottles and shit like that, they ain't never did nothing for nobody. I mean, them guys, in '92, they riding for Rodney King and them Coon and all them. They still somewhere with their feet kicked up, scratching their balls and sniffing their fingers somewhere. I mean, they didn't affect them in any other kind of way. So, I mean, if I was gonna do some shit, I'm gonna go get that guy. If I was gonna be on some shit like that, I'm gonna go get him. Find out where he get his haircut cut at, find out where he stay at, some shit like that.
What age were you in the '92 situation?
I was a youngster. I probably had to be at least like 15 or something like that.
Do you remember it? Where were you living?
I was living in Watts, and I couldn't come out the gate. My mom's like, "You better come out, better not go out that gate, boy."
What were you seeing going on outside?
I'm seeing like them, what do they call it? Those Jeeps, those Hummers with I guess the National Guard driving up and down Hooper and all that type of shit. You can see, you know how it look when it's snowing, but instead of snow, you can just see like ashes and shit falling and all that type of shit. Smoke everywhere, all that.
What did that make you feel like?
It just made me feel like, damn, I wish I was a little bit older so I could participate, give me some shit too.
Did it feel political, or did it feel like people wilding out, or a little bit of both?
A little bit of both. I mean, everybody, even at an early age, I recognized, I was even upset at an early age looking at that shit like, damn, man, it didn't bleed him to a bloody pulp, and y'all gonna give them like not guilty,
How many years after seeing that did you experience? I mean, maybe you didn't experience what Rodney King did, but how long did it take for you to experience something at the hands of the LAPD?
Shit, it took me about 20 years later, and I got the same thing happened to me right here.
Oh,
right
and
right on, matter of fact, right
where are we at?
Street. We in Leimert Park.
And this, not this building, but one of these buildings here. You're not just, people say gang members fight over streets they don't even own, but what's up with this building here?
Well, I mean, it's a black-owned community, so it's like, a lot of prominent black people own. I might have some family members that own the property too. And
we're, this is, to my observation, seems to be LA's only, like, really heavily black neighborhood, and it's a upper middle class neighborhood.
Yeah, pretty nice.
Very nice. And we're not too far though from areas that do have issues. Nipsey was killed out far?
Yeah. Shit right there on Slauson.
How far is that? Mile?
About a mile or something, ain't that far. Not at all.
Were you a Nipsey fan?
Yeah, I was around him, hanging around him through a few cats from his neighborhood. I met him before he was through the cats I'm dealing with right now. One of the cats that recorded on my shit is a guy that's how I ended up meeting this dude.
What was your impression of him?
I mean, it looked like he was, I didn't know he was gonna blow up like how he blew up, but I could see the potential in it because all of his homies
and his own work ethic.
Yeah, he was on. I was there when they was in Hyde Park and Crenshaw beating somebody up in the backyard with a fucking brick.
Really?
Shit, yeah. When he was before he had them posters where he was talking on the telephone, so and he just blew up after that. I was like, okay, that's just he on shit.
And tell us like more about you and your career and how people might know you. You kind of a YouTube a little bit personality and
Yeah, I've been around for some time now. I've been doing this shit for a long time. Came from the spot called the Good Life Cafe. Then went down to the Project Blow, which is a place in LA where if you could see
where what's it called?
The Project Blow.
Project Blowed.
It was a Thursday night open mic spot, and if you consider yourself somebody that rapped it was good.
What years?
These was like in the early '90s, like from '91, '92 to maybe like '98 or something.
Was
like that.
Freestyle Fellowship out of there?
Yeah. Oh, we can go see that dude right now.
Oh, Freestyle. Okay.
Yeah, that's the homie.
There's two of them, right?
It's 4 of them.
Okay.
That's the homies though. I was just with one of them last night. We can go over there right now.
And so, what's your been career music and intersplice it with your just regular life, whether that's work or streets or whatever you want to say?
I mean, you know, for me, I just like to do it. I'm an older dude now, so I still do it just to keep shit out there because I got to.
Wait a second, older, you look better than most of these young guys.
Yeah, see, I'm in my 40s, shit, but I still do it because I just like to do it. But you know what I mean? But yeah, I do other things too. But that's never gonna go nowhere. No matter how bad I'm doing in life, no matter how good I'm doing in life, I always gravitate to that. That's never going nowhere. The music.
So you do it for something that gives you inside, not the money.
Yeah, basically pretty much. But the money's good too every now and then.
And where you were on another channel and talk about that and how what talk about those interviews and like what was it like? People recognize you? Was it positive, negative?
Okay, yeah. See, I was doing should I say them?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I did an interview with streetgames.com, but I got a real good response from that because I'm not out there bashing anybody, talking no negative shit. I was just keeping it real, answering the questions he was asking me. But from that interview, it got me real popular. You know what I mean? He was a big channel. I mean, police was knowing who I was in different places. At the time I was riding a bus. I'd go to certain places. They'd be like, "Oh, what's up, big homie?" But luckily, you know what I mean, the gang I was from didn't really have too many problems with too many people, so I was able to go with anybody.
And you didn't say anything stupid.
Yeah, and I ain't saying nothing stupid. I ain't looking. I'm not Superman. I'm just a regular human being who went through what he went through.
And what compare and contrast this area we're in with where you grew up and how where you've grown up changed and how this really hasn't.
Well, where I grew up at was kind of like a poverty type of.
Where is that?
That's over there, like Watts, like
East Side San. Well, the first time I drove down San Pedro, I was coming to see you. I drove all the way from downtown to there, and I was like, "Oh, okay, this is the poor part of LA." Because San Pedro from downtown all the way.
Mm-hmm.
So what's? Well, I got to do this gentleman first. I got to finish. Got to finish one before I do the second.
Yeah.
So tell us about that area and then compare it to this area.
Okay, yeah, that area was just real poverty-stricken area to me. As it just wasn't shit to do around. I mean, it's all bad gang infested. It gets gang infested. People, the gangs run the neighborhood and everything. Big drug dealing. It's real bad compared to people. It's just real bad.
And how was that area when you were growing up there? That would have been what, 90% black?
Yeah, I would say that. Then as time passes, people that '80s shit with the crack and all that, shooting every night and all that type of shit. A lot of blacks started moving like Lancaster and Palmdale, stuff like that. And then it meant a lot of Mexicans started moving in. So now to this day, a lot of that shit is predominantly ran Mexican communities now, you know what I mean? Because the blacks warred and killed each other up out of those areas and shit.
Now, but this is a very nice area, and this is one that, like I said earlier, this hasn't changed, so that's good. Mm-hmm. So what's this neighborhood like? Who lives here?
It's predominantly a black culture, but people that work, you know what I mean? Put
own stuff?
Education, yeah. Own stuff, people that went to school and all that type of stuff, But on that side of the time, it's like on the east side of the time, it seems like it's like in a lot of areas as far as the black community, it's like no hope and shit. Like, people just drinking alcohol and hanging out, gang banging and drug dealing for the most part. But on this side of town, I mean, you get a lot of that element, but the majority of the element is like good people. Over there they're like, "What's up, cuz? What's up, blood?" Over here they're like, "What's up, brother?" Like, you know what I mean? It's more, the African heritage type shit.
That's what Leimert Park's kind of known for. There's a big drumming thing, and tell us about that.
Yeah, so they got that every Sunday. The drum.
They have what?
And the little drummer circle. They got the Black Karate Federation right down the street and all that stuff. You got dudes that you would never expect. You would underestimate. They look like bums. One of them dudes will break you in half because they know that shit. You know what I mean? And they got the Black Karate Federation down there. So it's a very like a African type of militant type of. It was a guy named back in the days. It was a guy named Brother George. Every time we used to go down there, all this shit that's going on now, he was telling us this shit 30 years ago. there's gonna be reality shows, viruses. There's gonna be subliminal messages. So they're gonna use all this against. He was telling us all this 30 years ago when we was kids. And we looked at that dude like he was crazy. And then as we got older, we're like, damn, everything he was saying is happening right now.
And when you did your street gangs interviews, you were down on a certain street, and you were kind of talking about your life in relation to the group that you're a part of. And I don't want to get into any names of anything, but let people know what happened with you and what the true nature of.
Okay. Yeah, so I did the streetgangs.com interview representing the hood I was from or whatever. But after a while, I done so much shit that, doing the rap thing, then the streetgangs.com interview kind of blew me up to a certain status. So now when that happens, you got certain homies that was having talks like, oh, he think he the face of the hood. Oh, he think he the, yeah. I never said I was the face of anything. That's just what the people started saying. And I just was getting famous because I rap. So anybody make a long story short, you know what I mean? When your name start ringing, you start getting up there a little bit, jealousy starts kicking in. So anyway, to make a long story short, the gang that I'm from and the gang that we didn't get along with, that we was really rivals with, it was.
And when you say rival, they were dead people.
Yeah. People died, get killed. One of my big homies, supposedly so-called big homie, had a cousin that was retarded. He got killed by the rivals or whatever. And we all participated in making sure they paid for that. This motherfucker right here, he goes on the down low and have a meeting with them dudes that we didn't get along with. And he talking about, yeah, man, if you could give us the guy that killed my cousin, we'll give you one of ours. And when they was talking about we'll give you one of ours, they was talking about we'll give you CR. So you know what I mean. So I don't fuck with them dudes no more. And then a lot of the youngsters didn't know that was going on like that. So they tried to set up a head-up fight with me and the crew of people that he had disagreement with. But the people, I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that because it's like
it's not gonna be a fight.
Yeah, they're gonna get me out the way. They're gonna kill me. So, but a lot of the youngsters, they was like, oh, he turned it down. But they don't know that the big homies was doing this on the low. So they was just looking at it like I'm gonna be banging for like 20 years and be scared of a fist fight. But anyway, to make a long story short, so yeah, that happened. So it ain't worth it at all. Basically, they trying to set me up to get killed, man.
So you're kind of in a new chapter of your life. What would a new chapter in America look like? Relevant to what's going on in police and black males, or just whatever you want to talk about.
Well, I mean, a new chapter in America, I couldn't even.
Too complicated?
Yeah, but I could tell you, I see the new chapter that's happening right now, the gentrification situation, you know what I mean? It's places, certain places around this area where I've been jumped, or it's certain places in LA where I walked and got jumped by groups of niggas, but now, I couldn't do that now because now a lot of white folks walking these streets, walk their dogs down these streets now. But I don't remember those days where.
Is that good or bad?
Yeah. So.
Is it good or bad? Or a little bit of both.
Yeah, I would say a little bit of both. I mean, you raising the rent, so certain people can't afford to pay rent no more. But it's bringing the crime down a little bit, but. It just seemed like a big twist to me, man. It just seemed like
or you can do like your mom, and you can buy part of the neighborhood.
Yeah, well, or you can do that. Yeah,
that's the real power.
Yeah, that's the real power. What did Nipsey say? Buy back the block.
So what, where can we, how can we find you and what you got going on?
Yeah, well, you can find me on all social media outlets as MisterCR, Mr. CR. And right now I got a project coming out called Solar Powered Nigga. Solar Power is coming soon, so you can just check me out on Spotify and all that type of shit. My shit bang.
Boom, American Dope.
American Dope, Al Peasy.